We're talking about getting into the back line, ways to target down onto Sans, who's going to be on this Novaria most likely.
Yeah. So seeing what ONIC's going to pick up here, the CC. Okay. All right. I like
So
it.
it's going to be a roam R-lot. Roam R-lot.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, the R-lot in the roam position is probably the key right now. And again, but I think AP BREN's kind of got that in the bag. It's going to definitely be, it's going to come down to strategic positioning here, right? We're going to have to see the R-lot just be in those key places to be able to catch the Nolan, to catch the Harith, right? And what?
Glue.
Yo,
Glue boy.
first time in the tournament?
First time. So here's a pocket pick. Is it something that they think can deal with the CC here? How's it going to be able to handle it? It's another one that can also kind of get to the back line, cause mayhem. I'm not completely against it. I'm kind of a fan of the glue. I'm kind of sad that it fell off the meta. I think it's an interesting pick. And now there's your Claude. Going to be locked in for ONIC. Vexana for the side. We're about to hop through the portal into the land of Dawn to start off the rematch, the revenge match. The grudge match between AP BREN and ONIC Esports.
Right, kind of getting into this, the nitty and gritty here. I really want to focus on this glue pick, right? Like, what is it going to really establish here? And I think what it's going to do is really, like, kind of like what you were saying, being able to split, get into that back line, and be able to displace some of ONIC at this point. Now, ONIC, I love the early aggression, kind of keeping Super Marco at bay. But again, I mean, that's just them poking and propping at this point. One thing also, at the very end, AP picked up this Vexana. Could be a key factor into, you know, the solid CC that they needed. It does seem like AP BREN wants to control quite a bit of the team fights. Now, coming from on the side of ONIC, right? Like, again, just building off of what I said in the draft phase, I feel like the R-lot's going to have to really rely on key positioning in order to, you know, make plays for ONIC, because it's going to be a little difficult as the team is just, they're quick people. You got the Nolan, you got the Harith. Like, you're going to have to catch them off guard.
I think it's definitely going to be a battle of wills here. I'm excited to see this EXP lane as well, man. Like, how is Boots? I think, obviously, CC, one of the most dominant EXP laners in the game, should kind of get the better hand of Flapteezy in the beginning. But if Flapteezy can scale, even though Glue is kind of an out-of-meta hero right now, one of the reasons being is it takes a little bit too much time to get on the map. Kyle Teasy as well on this Nolan. Once it gets the first item locked in, if he goes for something like the Blade of Hepates, we're going to see some big damage. So Albert's going to have to be careful. The rest of the team is going to have to be careful. And oh, look at the damage of Big Terrify. Keyboy in a little bit of trouble here. Able to dash back. They're unable to find the kill. But we're already seeing the possibilities from Few and Ogwin.
Yeah, and again, right now, it's everybody's game, right? I mean, the first turtle is not going to make or break a team, but it does look like both teams want to fight for it.
Son's going to get involved here. Kyle Teasy starting up on the lore, but a big stun onto Keyboy and Kyrie. Kyrie unable to make it in. The grab, and Flapteezy already causing mayhem in the back line. That's the first turtle. Kyle Teasy will be able to secure it. Kyrie, a little bit too much damage. Flapteezy might be too deep. Nice immobilized onto two members. Boots trying to steer him away, but now Kyle Teasy making the move onto the purple buff and going to steal that away.
You know, I wasn't really even thinking about this, right? Like, they're going to collapse on Boots, though.
Boots in trouble, getting knocked up, taken out. Flapteezy picking up the kill. In trouble, knocked up,
All right, back to my thought, right? So the glue, what AP BREN is utilizing the glue for right now is to control the neutral, the split and jump onto Kyrie, and if they can control Kyrie, they can control the game. I feel like that is their ultimate strategic plan right now, and we'll see if they'll be able to bring it to fruition.
Oh, and not to mention they really a lot of damage on Boots there. Boots gonna go down. AP BREN leading 3-0 right now. 2,000 gold lead, almost a 3,000 gold lead at this point. AP BREN is stomping in the land of Dawn. We've seen ONIC in this position before, though. But what they're going to need to try to turn things around is some big sets, some big plays. Albert still in the game, hasn't gone down, but with AP BREN taking away that tier 3 this early, Flapteezy's going to be able to move around the map so much more.
Yeah, the CC is having such a tough time with the glue, the sustainability that he brings. They've already taken all the gold plating and the tower, which is what really is scaling them right now. If AP is able to keep this up, ONIC is going to have to find a response. And I feel like, again, the response is going to come down to Keyboy's positioning. And we can already see the burn from Kyle Teasy.
No. That's disgusting, bro. This is looking a little rough. It's 4-0, 4,000 gold lead, 4.5 minutes in. That's about 1,000 gold a minute right now for AP BREN. ONIC unable to even get close to him.
Logwin, just look at the micro steps that he's doing here. They're gonna roam up and they're gonna take all of the gold plating off this tower and probably the tower itself. This is huge for AP BREN. ONIC, they have to find responses somewhere, and there's no jungle left. Man, again, it could be anybody's game, but the snowball effect is definitely in place for AP BREN.
Yeah, this is the BREN effect at its prime right now. The
BREN effect, huh?
The BREN effect. Man, and they're just, I mean, it's like, because here's the thing, they can always switch it up, man. They can either completely dominate you in laning phase, or they can take a slow approach. They are the best of both worlds. They have the discipline of the Philippines, but the aggression of several other hungry regions out there. They're willing to take things slow if they need to, or they're willing to be in your face at all times, and you just never know what AP BREN you're going to get.
It is true. It is true. I mean, they definitely bring out the difference in a game. We can kind of take a look at some of the items. A Hunter Strike already secured by Kyle Teasy, looking for that speed, just controlling the overall jungle. And you can see that he was looking for that purple buff, but looking for a kill. Did he get it? He did.
Yeah, no purple for Kyrie.
Oh, man, this is just going downhill for ONIC. I think they're going to have to find some type of breathing room, but will AP BREN give them that breathing room? And it doesn't look like it right now.
I mean, one good thing going for ONIC right now is Albert and Sans have not taken a death yet. Yes, there's 2 kills on the Boots. Not huge. We've seen CC still scale, even with a few deaths on it. And 2 on to Keyboy. So Kyrie, Albert, or Sans, if they can keep up this pace, they can kind of slow play this and look for an opening later on. But it's going to be a little while until we see Sans or Albert really get the items they need in.
Yeah, and I mean, that snowball effect is just in place now. AP BREN are staying together. So again, I think ONIC's going to have to just kind of give up some of these neutral objectives. And if they don't, then they're going to give up their life. So we'll see. Again, building off of what you were saying, Albert not dying is still a good thing. You got 4,600 gold versus 5,600 gold, 1,000 gold difference between the gold lanes, and the Hearth is just only going to scale from this point onwards. You only can see a corrosive scythe being picked up by Albert, and to be honest, everybody is lacking items. Everybody's just got like pieces now on the side of ONIC. They're
getting what they can right now. That's about it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a puzzle piece. They're trying to put something together, but we'll have to wait until about the 10 to 11 minute mark for it to finally come together.
I mean, Booth had to take a slower pace, went for the the Dreadnought first, got the breastplate in, just got the War Axe in. Albert looking like he's going to finish the DHS soon, so that's good. He'll have the Corrosion, he'll have the DHS, then it's just on your way to the Wand. He could maybe switch up and go for one first, but I think he's going to lock in DHS before that. We'll see. He had the Vampiric Mallet or whatever it is in. So both, I mean, they're definitely on the slow pace. Sans has the book in. It's not going to really give damage yet. They definitely need another item in. And by the time they get that item in, AP BREN will already have their third in. So, I mean, it's a little bit of trouble, but Ogwin taking a little bit of damage, going to get pushed back. Flapteezy unable to make the advance. Everybody locking on. Albert able to get a couple free shots in. Flapteezy still gets away, but look at Kyle Teasy on to Boots. Boots able to just survive. AP BREN not able to cause the damage they wanted to. ONIC able to turtle up very well.
Definitely, and the first Lord coming down. I feel like this could be a turning point that if they could possibly do something, but ONIC utilized quite a bit of their utility right now. Sans the only one that really doesn't have an ultimate at this point, and they might just try to bait it here. You can already see the discipline coming from AP BREN. They're controlling the lanes before attempting to take the Lord. Trying to get vision here. ONIC might attempt to try. We'll see Keyboy trying to keep them at bay. Lord just smoothly falling into AP's hands.
Oh my God, Keyboy in a little bit of trouble. Gonna get grab, and slam down. Kyle Teasy able to pick up another kill. 3-0 in 1. Nolan's on fire right now. AP BREN takes the Lord. ONIC just biding time at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of rough, right? ONIC, what do they really need to do? I feel like they have the ability, they have the heroes needed to mount up a defense here, and I feel like that is what they need to.
Let's go now, it's time to get busy. Let's go now, it's time to get busy. Come on, let's go now, it's time to get busy. Let's go now, it's time to get busy. Everybody, are you with me? Come on. Let's go now, it's time to get busy. Get busy. Let's go now, it's time to get busy. Everybody, are you with me? Come on. Let's go now, it's time to get busy. Get busy, everybody now.
To do again, they're playing passive, not losing the key. The Claude's not going down. Albert staying alive. Kyrie staying alive. Again, the only person that's fallen has been Boots. But again, they're gonna have to get some type of kill here as it's 5-0, and the gold lead is just going up from here.
Okay, good call by Sans there. Sends a Meteor to check that bush and finds Kyle Teasy, forcing him back a little bit. Flapteezy under the towers, though, taking a lot of hits to the face. Okay, a lot of damage on Ogwin as well. ONIC, not to defense of the Appraiser's Wrath, finally puts a kill on the map for ONIC. Albert into the back line with a blazing duet, looking for Super Marco. Super Marco drops him on Force, able to also get some more poke off, but ONIC does defend without losing an inhibitor.
This is what I was saying, right? Like ONIC, they have the heroes needed to defend, right? They're just really late game. They have the Claude late game, Navaria late game. So again, they just got to keep the pressure up, but not get too overzealous, right? Don't be diving. You can already see that Albert's got 3 items now: the glowing, the golden staff, the corrosive scythe, and the demon hunter. So gonna be destroying some of the tankiness that AP BREN brings. And then look again, Sans just hitting shots left and right. Super Marco falling a little bit low, but again, AP BREN just has the sustainability to just be there. Makes a major factor into play.
The real problem is definitely going to be Keyboy here. He's very behind. About 30.
Oh. All right. So kind of looking at what's going on here, we can kind of see that AP BREN again wants just feeling ONIC out, seeing if ONIC can keep up with them. They know that they have the damage at this point. We'll see. They want the red buff. Could be a little bit of a go here. Albert trying to possibly get it. Kyrie able to steal the red buff here.
Up.
AP now actively backing up.
Yeah, nice plays from over the side onto ONIC here. Like I said, Keyboy is very behind on items. He's not able to hold the front line like the rest of the team, but ONIC still mounting a good defense. But wait, Ogwin into the backside, causing a lot of damage. Super Marco as well, drops him on for Sans, able to find one. Kyrie drops Ogwin as well. Boots gonna be the next on the chopping block. We'll see if they can do it. This is going to give Lord over to the side of AP BREN. ONIC, without a retribution on the field, will not be able to contest this.
They're just melting this Lord at this point. AP BREN going to utilize this Lord to siege once again. But, I mean, we are getting into the 14-minute mark. We can see a Wind of Nature being picked up by Albert. Could be a saving grace at this point. Navaria has the burn, has the damage, and we can kind of see CC picking up the War Axe as well. So they are gearing up. They are getting the equipment that they need to counter AP BREN. So it's just a matter of that AP BREN has just put so much pressure onto ONIC. Can they keep this defense up? Can they keep their castle alive?
I mean, if any team can defend with a 12,000 gold deficit, it's definitely ONIC. But I don't think AP BREN wants to let it happen. Keyboy falls. Kyrie might just be the next. Kyle Teasy able to pick up the kill. Albert with a blazing duet. Able to lock on a little bit of damage, clear the waves with the Lord still coming on the top side. AP BREN going to try to mount the attack to a different angle. Flap Teasy taking a couple shots to the face, but he's okay. Kyle Teasy onto the backside. Lord finally connects. Boots immediately destroyed along with the rest of the team, and AP BREN takes game number 1.
Definitely quite the game. I can't believe they just ended with that one siege, though. AP BREN taking game 1.
So I would like to see something a bit more physical. A lot, Rome.
Yeah. I mean, they could possibly go for, of course, there's quite a few options. I mean, you're going to have to deal with this Claude some way. So some type of dive hero. I mean, if ONIC feels comfortable taking a Lapu, there it is. And then running into a carry. I mean, their carry's a little wild. I mean, it's going to be pretty good against the R lot. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're going to have the front line. They have the control and the CC. It could scale really well here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they this time they definitely have the wall to protect carry. They have tons of CC. They have a package. Literally 4 out of 5 of their heroes all have some sort of heavy CC that can hit multiple people at once. Here's the big scary thing for AP BREN. I guess no, they already have EXP and Rome locked in. I was gonna say, like, what if they pick something like a? There goes the Akai pick.
Hi. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, they needed something for that front line between Harlot and Akai.
And help with retributions, help with those neutral objectives. It's a nice answer. It can help deal with literally. It's not, when he's in heavy spin, nothing that ONIC has right now is going to slow him down.
Nah, it's an overall good comp. I like both sides. I can't say that I pick one over the other, but Trax, send us into the land of dawn. ONIC have what it takes to stop the aggression of AP BREN. We will find out on this episode. as we see. Stop laughing.
Tell me about the win conditions, G.
All right, ONIC here. What we have, right, the Guinevere. I feel like if they're able to utilize the Guinevere's just mobility and out-farm the side of Calteezy, I think this could be the great option that they need. We can already see, again, Flapteezy is just absolutely insane on the EXP. That could be just the response that they need is maybe stopping Flapteezy from controlling that EXP. Maybe show some pressure up there instead of the gold lane, as we don't see it being a major problem in the gold. Last time we seen the EXP fall first, and it looked like that's what might happen again as the pressure is being applied up there by the side of AP BREN. Again, I think if they just keep up the aggression, keep up the farm, keep it going, that they have the claw to secure the late game. They have a solid CC with the heavy spin combined with the Vexana. Just control the overall team fights. Don't get caught off guard, though, because ONIC has the CC and the control to stop AP BREN's aggression. Kyrie missing that, though. That's a little rough right there. That's a mistake you don't want to make.
It still sends few back. It still does a little bit something there. So, I mean, we're definitely seeing the possibilities from the side of ONIC, and it definitely doesn't feel as stompy as AP BREN was.
Yeah. And again, I think it just comes down to the overall control that ONIC is now exerting. They're able to control and just put a little bit more pressure onto AP so that they're just not as dominating as they were. We can already see that the EXP is not too bad. You can see Sans rotating up there into Turtles here. We'll see.
Yep.
Ooh, the damage, though.
Big knock up. But wait a second, Boots in the backside, taking out few. Kyrie in a little bit of trouble, but they do get the transformation onto Flapteezy. Kyrie thinking twice before he moves in. Keyboy finds a kill onto Flapteezy. ONIC coming out on top in the turtle fight, but Calteezy still takes the turtle. It's 2-0, but a turtle over to the side of AP BREN. ONIC with a lead in gold. Ogwin gonna be next. A lot of damage, and Sans finds the kill.
Okay. Look at ONIC coming out on top. The Kings looking really good this time around. They have found answers to take on AP BREN. Again, that's just the early game control that a Guinevere brings. And then look at the CC and the control. Now, the biggest thing that we'll want to watch out for here is that Calteezy picking up the Kai. The Nanad definitely counters that heavy spin. So Sans could be waiting to throw out the Melina to be able to stop Calteezy. Now it's just going to come down to ONIC. Like, yeah, you secured kills, but now you're going to have to start working on neutral objectives. We can already see the carry picking up the Thunderbelt, so building a little bit defensive. So it looks like kind of like the tank carries coming out on the side here. A heavy spin on the Keyboy.
Uh-oh, big pin onto Keyboy here. Kyrie going to try to come and help out. Keyboy still alive, able to dodge the final slash, and they will get away. ONIC feeling much more comfortable in game number 2.
Definitely, and again, that's the kill lead, but they ain't gonna let up.
Hold on, the Melina blitz, and the kill on to Ogwin. Sans putting another one in the book there. 2-0-1. He's playing such a cleaner game than last time. I think this is going to be critical, making sure, and this is what we meant, back to the basics, man. We all know this little girl Nana is meta. We all know the Vex is meta. We know these things, and AP BREN is not forgetting it. ONIC needs to get back to the roots of that, and we're seeing that in game number 2, and it's already working very well.
I like it. I mean, but ONIC, they don't get tunnel vision, right? You are facing AP BREN. The gold lead's not crazy, even though it's 4-0. Keep the eye on the prize. Secure neutral objectives. Keep controlling them. Keep their speed down, and ONIC can keep controlling this game like this. Now, we are seeing the next turtle take coming in. Do we see AP BREN make this? Or does ONIC finally take a turtle here? A lot of utility available.
Oh, wait a second, but a big pin does land on a Keyboy, but he's able to just get away. AP BREN, look at Boots into the backside with Bravest Fighter. Going to get hit by the heavy spin. Calteezy looking for an angle, trying to get in. Calteezy takes the turtle once again. ONIC unable to secure a big neutral objective just yet. Still holding a small lead in gold, but AP BREN is keeping up.
Yeah, I mean, they saw that turtle, they came and they conquered that turtle. AP BREN coming out on top in that go around, but still, ONIC not letting up on the pressure. You can kind of see Albert
in a little bit of trouble. Ogwin trying to dash in, gets the final slash, picks up the kill. Keyboy looking for something, looking for an angle onto Ogwin. Gonna get the I'm offended onto him. Kyrie coming in to help out. Dashes in. Looking for another hit. Ogwin may be able to get away from this. Kyrie still trying, but out comes Kyle Teasy from the bush. Kyrie knows he can't get it. He's got to back off.
Up, left, down, right. Ogwin not getting caught here as AP BREN just holding their own. Again, ONIC now kind of being pressured. And I feel like this is where they need to find the momentum to re-pressure AP BREN. You can kind of already see Boots on the Lapu putting on a lot of pressure on a Flapteasy. And again, this goes to show that the EXPs are kind of equal at this point. We're not seeing too much of an early rotation. Turtle now going down to the bottom lane. I feel like the biggest problem ONIC just ran into is that Albert fell, right? Into the little bit of the early game. A tank carry, that's not what you want.
That's definitely not what you want. He's already a level behind Super Marco right now. Super Marco getting the gold from mid and the bot there. Albert does get some shots onto that tower, but it's still nothing major here. I think ONIC needs to understand that he's going to be a critical part of their team. Sans has been able to scale a little bit, 2-0-1, feeling pretty good, hasn't taken a death. Few has taken a death, so mid lane, ONIC is feeling good, but they need to start focusing onto this gold.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not able to stop Super Marco, it could be a little bit of a problem because the Claw's the hardest person to lock down. Now, what I really need to see from the side of ONIC is Sans, man. We need to see that Melina Blitz just absolutely devastate AP, but an engage possibly happening as the Turtle rubber band match is engaged.
We'll see what happens here. Kyrie keeping his angle. Boots with the bravest fighter into the backside onto Few once again. Target locked. Target secured, but no kill. Flapteasy able to take the turtle. Now Boots too deep, unable to find anyone, and Albert comes in with a blazing duo. Albert comes in with a speedy light wheel. Super Marco, the blazing duo. Members of ONIC are falling. Kyrie, Boots, Sans, Keyboy might just be next. Popsy, I'm offended, trying to hide under the tower, but AP BREN is closing the distance. Albert as well. They found you out. No hiding today. It's a full 5-man wipe. AP BREN taking the wheel.
Such great positioning by Super Marco. This is what I was saying. Kind of keep an eye on him. He's staying out in the far right. The heavy spin, though Flapteasy was able to secure the turtle, the retries didn't even matter at that point. But look at the Vaxana Lord paired with the blazing duet that just pierced the back line of ONIC there, and it was just 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 down on ONIC for AP BREN.
I mean, they're going to have to think. This Vexana has been hiding under the blanket for a while now. A lot of teams haven't been focusing her, but AP BREN picks her up every time for a reason. The damage is there, the CC's there. You get an extra hero on the map, and now Keyboy in trouble. The damage is locking on. Kyrie jumps in, looking for the Violent Requiem, looking for Super Marco, but unable to find him, denied, and taken out from Ogwin. The decimation is coming from AP BREN. They're closing in. Boots looking for something, and ONIC seems to be panicking. AP BREN back on the aggressive route, back onto what we saw in game 1. Once they smell blood, once they take a bit of oxygen, there's nothing left. Boots is the next to fall. Super Marco looking for the 1v1. Let's bring it, Albert. AP BREN feeling good about themselves right now. Sans next. They're everywhere. They're glued to him. ONIC falling down, crumbling right now.
And this is where I feel like AP BREN always just flicks the switch, right? They just flick of the switch, right? And now they're going to be able to take this Lord, flick of the switch. And they're going to be able to get this Lord probably uncontested. Now, this time around, I don't know if they have that tanky front line that they are going to need to be able to stop a great siege, though I don't think this Lord's going to make it or break it. It's not enhanced, but again, they don't want to trade their life for measly little towers.
The BREN effect is real, and it is definitely a switch. Whether it comes at 20 seconds in the game, whether it comes at 7 minutes in the game, 10 minutes in the game, you know at some point, AP BREN is going to make their move. And once they do, it's like they immediately just go from chill to hyper-aggressive and just all over. And then once they get to that, it is so hard for any team to break that momentum. You talked about momentum before this series started, G. You said that ONIC could be the team to maybe do that against AP BREN. No one else has been able to do it yet. But right now, having a little bit of trouble. AP BREN closing in its grips.
What is Sans doing?
Final flash! On the Keyboy, Few though in a little bit of trouble, gonna get knocked up with a violent requiem. Finally, Sans finds one, but now Kyrie pinned against the wall, taken off the map. Boots with the bravest fighter, but Super Marco in a blazing duet helped to zone them away from Boots as the rest of the team chips onto him. Sans throws out Molina, trying to clear the way, but AP BREN still not giving up. Harassing a Lord, still marching down the top side, and it's 10 seconds until Kyrie is back into the land of Dawn. Lord will finally go down. AP BREN still not withholding their assault. Super Marco going to get one last shot in onto the inhibitor, and AP BREN lets them breathe for a second.
Yeah, and I mean, we can't count ONIC out just yet, because I mean, they have the damage. The gold lead, though, it's not 10K like it was last time. They still seem to have the tenacity that it takes to fight back. The defense is there. What we, again, like I said, we really need to see the Molina be utilized to stop Kaltizi's heavy spin, and I'm not quite sure why it's not being used, to be honest. Like, I'm seeing so many heavy spins just come out, and Nana's just so good at countering that. Now, we can kind of take a look at some items. Kyrie has one items, mixing bits of multiple other items. A conceal play, though.
He'll play on Keyboy. Ogwin looking for the final slash once again to bring him into the team. Keyboy goes down. The recalls come out. The taunts are there. When AP BREN gets in this man, we saw it the other day in the winning clip. Flapteezy was just screaming, man. The man was yelling. He was talking smack. He was feeling himself. And that's, once again, it's the BREN effect. AP BREN moving in. The Molina Blitz comes out, but it's not stopping them today. AP BREN takes an inhibitor. They back off. It's guerrilla warfare out here.
It is, and I mean, AP BREN is just taking it to ONIC at this point. We can see a complete control. They're going to probably have the Lord Pit here, but wait. Flapteezy.
He's dipping and diving. He's not. Oh, the Boots finds the kill. But is it for not or not? The Molina Blitz comes out. ONIC now looking for the play. Kaltizi able to get the pin on two members. Ogwin with the final slash once again. The Guardian comes out. And destruction still reigns. Super Marco trying to get some health out. Trying to get some health back.
Keyboy, you got it?
ONIC looking for something. Keyboy 1v1 and the Guardian might be losing to that one. It's a bulky boy right there. Not someone you want to go up against. Few getting back onto the map now. Lord is delayed ONIC by some time.
The discipline there by Super Marco to not take that kill. I mean, he is 5-0-6. Doesn't want to allow the shutdown. Might as well work on securing his stacks. Looks like they might trade and give him the blue buff. I thought I just heard a conceal play, but nothing really comes out of it just yet. Again, looks like AP BREN might be just utilizing this Lord as a bait. No, they've zoned him out. ONIC just gives it up. What in the world? Yeah. What is going on? Man.
No, it's death as they go in that pit. It's a 10,000 gold deficit. We're very similar to game one where it's like, okay, we need a little bit more time. We need a little bit more time. And this time, we can't make the mistake. We can't let them in. We can't get cut off. They have to watch out for those big plays that AP BREN likes to bring. Last time, it was the combo between Vexana and Minotaur. This time, it's going to be Kaltizi, the final slash from Ogwin, and still the Vexana getting the big knock-up. As long as they can watch out for some of those hits, they can definitely survive this, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, there's a good utilization of the Magic Sentry there. I think they're just going to take as many tier 3s as they possibly can. just open up the base a little bit more. Super Marco so low. That is a win for the side of ONIC. That's going to allow them to have a little bit of breathing room as he needs to heal up. So an engage probably not going to be happening here by AP BREN. Though he is full HP. We might see an engage now.
Boots into the backside once again. Boots is like, listen, you guys tell me I'm going, bro. You guys want me to do it? I'm going. Boots has no fear. And I've heard Mirko talk about it before. Like, Boots is the XP learner who's just willing to do it. He's willing to die for the team. And whether you think it's a bad play or not, his plays have been helping ONIC out. The last fight that they almost won, Boots was the starter of it, almost able to take out Few. Again, ONIC just needs a little bit more time that when Boots makes those plays happen, the rest of the team can capitalize on it.
Yeah, I mean, give it up to ONIC, though. I mean, they were able to hold that so well, and the Molina Blitz was just constantly taking Super Marco down to like 10% HP. If Boots is able to do something.
But he's getting chipped away by Marco. Oh, Kyle Teasy goes down finally. A Bravest Fighter lands on a Super Marco. Albert now at Speedy Lightwheel, looking for a target, looking for someone to lock onto. AP BREN knows that with Kyle Teasy being gone, they've lost some of their front line. It's time to back off. ONIC buys more time.
I mean, that's all they can do at this point, right?
Pemain
It's just keep
bertanya
buying
nambah.
time, maybe secure some of the neutral objectives that are still standing. Like we can kind of see pushing the minions to do a tower takedown here.
Ayam, nggak usah takut, kan ada Agoda. Agoda. Bisa liburan murah di banyak hotel. Wah, diskonnya sampai 60%. Cuma di Agoda, booking sekarang.
Ooh, Kyrie.
He's okay.
Not
He's
able
okay.
to do too much. I was hoping he was going to make a good pick.
No. I think that's one of the downfalls of the Gwen is like, if you're by yourself, like once you go in, you're sitting there, man. If you don't hit Super Marco, you're dead. If he doesn't get Few or Super Marco, like you're dead, man. You're just going to stand there in Violent Requiem and get out damaged, you know?
I was hoping for it. You never know, man. There's always these big plays that can definitely be the turning tides. But again, it comes down to the patience of the team. Sans in the mid lane, kind of taking a look at some of the items here. I mean, Albert's online, Super Marco's online. I feel like the difference here is that Kyle Teasy's 15 and Kyrie's not, having a little bit of trouble in the jungle.
They don't have Albert up here yet either. They might want to try to take this slow. I think ONIC is trying to delay. They look for the play on a Flap Teasy, but he is able to use the Purify and get away there. Flap Teasy still taking some damage. Back home, Boots taking too much. Albert trying to lock on to Ogwin. Going to be able to flicker back. It's still a battle for the Lord Pit. ONIC maybe knows they're outmatched here. They're going to have to back off once again. Unable to get a kill. They get Few down so low every time, but can't get the finishing hit.
You have to capitalize on some of them, man. That's like, I've seen Super Marco low twice. Now Flap Teasy and Pew. Like, it's rough. Like, if they were able to just kill one of them, this would be even more breathing room. But now a full team comp of AP BREN sieging down ONIC once again. 10K gold lead. Can they survive?
I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. Luckily, they do have two inhibitors. Sans able to clear the ways, throw them in Lena Blitz. Albert going to chip away at the Lord. They're going to be able to take it down. Unless a huge mistake comes in, they should be able to survive another push here. Boots looking for an angle. Kyle Teasy making his way in base. Watch for the final splash, and there it is. Ogwin every time does it. Kyrie forced to go back onto the tower just to get some health back. Ogwin a little bit of trouble though, taken out. Boots able to defend, put the people at bay, keep AP BREN away, but they still are relentless. Super Marco, BMI's away, able to dodge Kyrie. AP BREN still looking for a possible play here. Few ready for the set, ready for the team. Sans throwing out the Molina. Kyle Teasy maybe finally decided to back off with the rest of the team. ONIC lives to see another Lord.
I mean, they're holding their own, but what do they have to do here to be able to possibly take a Lord Pit, right? And I think it's going to come down to that. You can see that they have the damage, but it's still a little rough. Maybe if they're able to get a kill on the Kyle Teasy, maybe if we see some of them split apart, we'll have to find out. But my God,
oh, God.
Look at that pressure. That is insane.
They need what, like 4 more minutes? They need like 4 more minutes because we're at AP Bren's at 60K. They're about maxed out on items. ONIC needs to get to that 62K mark where all the items are matched out, and then it's just a battle of skill, right? Where they're not at a 10,000 gold deficit. Taking a look at some of the items, Albert, at least the damage dealers for the side of ONIC are essentially maxed out. Albert's got everything in. We're waiting for Sans to finish that last item. Kyrie sitting pretty far behind right now to only 8,600. He is down 2 items right now. So he still has a while to go before where he needs to be.
Yeah, he was down 3,
Wow.
but was able to pick up that Athena shield, and I think that could attribute to that Pew is just doing so much damage in CC that he's not able to survive. And if they're able to just stay alive long enough, maybe they'll be able to get a set onto Super Marco. That's the only thing I can possibly think would be a saving grace right now for ONIC.
Pew with the pew. Pew with the pew.
I'm telling you.
All right, next Lord going to be coming up. The clock is running. ONIC made it up to 54K gold. Still about 8,000 till everybody's maxed out. Maybe even more because Kyrie's 2 items behind. But ONIC knows this might be their chance. They got to go for something here. They're coming at it straight on. Nobody finding an angle just yet. Kyrie finally makes it. Oh, Keyboy misses the I'm offended. That's 1 utility down. Flapteasy and Few also don't have an ultimate anymore, but here comes a concealed play from Ogwin. Ogwin maybe going the wrong way. He's trying to zone away Sans here. Does do his job, though. Kyrie still able to find a way in. Kyle Teasy just making work of the Lord. Kyrie not going to go for it. They got to back off. Flapteasy getting the chip damage. Ogwin comes in. Doesn't have the final slash way to use it. Gets 1. Keyboy able to get knocked back. Still nobody goes down, but Super Marco with the blazing duet. Kyrie misses. He's under fire. But he's okay. ONIC still backing off. Flapteasy able to keep them in the base. Stay in your spot. Don't worry. AP BREN's coming soon.
That was a lot of utility baited out right there by the side of ONIC. I mean, they could possibly survive the Lord if they're able to keep it at bay, which I think is going to come down to the combination of Boots being able to zone the back line and Keyboy just keeping the Lord in place. Oh!
A lot of damage on a Flapteasy there. Mortality pops. He's the winner truncheon on, but he buys enough time. And the double pin from Kyle Teasy. He's going to let the Lord get a little bit closer. Look at the damage on the Keyboy. Hold on. Kyrie able to find Super Marco finally. Once and for all. And Super Marco goes down, but the base is too low. They had a valiant effort, but it's still not enough. AP BREN takes it to match point.
My God, AP BREN is so disciplined. Being able to just
Let's go now, it's time to get busy.
I mean, he could go for, if he still wants something divey, he could go for something like Terizla. He could pick up the glue here. That's what AP BREN did against the CC. I don't know if Boots is going to be able to run it or not, but he could get a little crazy, pick up something like that. Definitely still several possibilities for him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we see the export ban once again. I feel like ONIC did that last time, not AP BREN. So, I mean, still a good go.
Well, and the export would have been a decent answer to the Pharaohs as well. ONIC has already picked up a few with the Minotaur and the Lilia. They opt to go for the Brody here instead of the Claude, which, okay. I mean, the Brody does pack a punch. Yeah, definitely a little interesting. I mean, it's not a horrible pick. Definitely needs some scale. I mean, it definitely needs, like, Brody has kind of the snowball effect. I think if Brody dies, if Brody gets picked off in early game, it can be a very rough game for Brody. If Brody picks up a kill or 2 in the early game, he can be very deadly.
I could see it. I feel like what is AP BREN's response, right? Like, I mean, to be honest.
Whatever they want.
Yeah.
Whatever they want,
God.
man.
Whatever they want. This is their game. No, I mean, the Claude, the Carrion and the Angela.
Oh, man. They're getting spicy. Support
Yeah.
Angela, mid
You're
Fermies
gonna
or support
be-
Fermies, mid Angela. Putting a lot on the line. I mean, my guess is it's going to end up being a mid Fermies because eventually Fermies damage does get pretty crazy. Well,
Yeah.
the sustainability on this team right now, and just the
It's ungodly.
combinations of the Angela Basha, Angela CC, Angela Carey, all of it looks good right now. ONIC picks up another big AoE hero, trying to counteract everything that AP BREN is going to bring.
Yeah, I think they're really focusing on like the speed aspect, especially with the Angela and the Bashia. I mean, you can already see a lot of Onyx like team comp relies on like hitting your target, right? And I guess if target's not there, going off the chart.
Oh, first blood!
You in position yet?
Working on it.
First blood!
We're in the lane.
We made it!
Let's go, baby.
Here we go!
Let's
For the love
roll.
of God, I'm about to toss my chair around. That's what I'm talking about, boys. ONIC also starting off aggressive. First blood onto Oakwin already.
Let's get it. Let's get it. First blood onto ONIC. Who got it though? The San. Okay, the Lilia. Let's get it. Mid lane slaying. All right, I like
Yeah,
it.
we're about to get wild,
kinda
ladies
in-
and gentlemen.
I'm telling you, last day of the grand finals. Let's see
Games
it
of
here.
future, baby.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes. We can see. Let's take a look at some of the win conditions here, right? So I think really what's coming down is that Ugwin ended up getting taken out, right? Early stage. That's a little rough for an Angela, but not going to be the make it or break it for team comp. I mean, Kyle Tc's level 3, while we're looking at Kyrie's level 4. So we're already seeing a little bit of a jungle difference for the side of ONIC, which is good, right? I mean, you got 14 seconds to the next turtle, but that's what you want to see into the early stage. And when you're dealing with a Bosch, that's just what you want to do. You want to out jungle him because he has a lot of pressure.
Most definitely, but AP BREN not trying to let up. A little bit of dash through. Boots able to get a bit of damage on a flap Teasy there. Basan's also taking a face full of yo-yos. Back of the turtle. Kyle Teasy able to take it right out of Kyrie's hands. Well played from AP BREN, keeping himself in the game, and that's what they do. Even when they're behind, they make sure that they get the objective where they need it to make sure the goal doesn't get too far away.
Yeah, and so what I'm really seeing right now is that everybody's roughly about even, right? I mean, first turtle, was that going over to the side of ONIC?
First
I don't
turtle.
even see
No, over
it.
the side of AP BREN. Over the side of AP BREN.
AP BREN. Okay, so Retri was able to be landed. AP BREN coming out on top there. And I think this is what was happening in the last game, right? Like, it was just a little bit hard for Kyrie to hit these Retries, and I'm not quite sure what could be causing that. I mean, AP just able to zone and properly keep them at bay. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be a little bit of a trouble for ONIC. Now, ONIC side, right, they have the sustainability. They have, like you were saying, I mean, they have damage. I just don't know if it's going to be enough to penetrate a Fermis Coulter, and I'm not even quite sure if it's going to be able to get past the Angela, right? Like, I just feel like the whole comp of AP BREN is thick. Like, look.
Yeah, a little bit of a play up top. Boots in a bit of trouble here. Gonna go down. Flap Teasy able to pick up the kill. Now, on the side of ONIC, they got to respond at 1-1. AP BREN has taken the gold lead. Is this the BREN effect? Is this the switch that flips?
I think this is the switch that gets flipped.
That was a tongue twister.
That was a tongue. I was like, hold up. Like, what did you just say? Yeah, it was
Listen,
definitely
we've been here a
tongue
while.
twister.
It's zero IQ desk right now. We're on the zero IQ desk.
Yeah.
We're vibing. We're feeling it. Let's go.
We're just vibing at this point, 100%. We can already see. I like this, right, from the side of ONIC. They're already setting up this turtle, but they have to be able to secure this turtle. Let's see it, Kyrie.
Kyrie
They get it.
trying to get the zone onto Flap Teasy. Kyle Teasy, though, making his way around. Boots looking for an angle as well, able to dash through. Kalti's spot comes in, but no Fury connects, and the flicker gets the knock up. Keyboy able to pull another one, but the damage is shredding him down. Boots gonna be the next to fall. Super Marco picking up the kill. Kyrie able to take it though. They're trying to fight back. Albert in the backside doesn't have the torn apart memories anymore. It's 2 for 1 right now. ONIC finds the turtle, but loses the extra member.
I mean, not. Not too bad. We can kind of look at what the engage entailed here. The Minerals Rage with a flicker definitely secured quite a bit of CC for the side of ONIC, but then the final slash connects. And then, of course, the torn apart memories just take down AP BREN little by little, and Albert was able to take out Kaltizi. I feel like that was the grace that they can get. That's a little bit of the breathing room ONIC needed, and that just slows down the enemy jungle a little bit. And Bashia is able to just jungle crazy. We can kind of take a look at some of the items. Molten cores picked up by both jungles, which are clutch. And then you're also looking at Albert already has the Blade of Hep, which is just insane first poke damage. So again, ONIC could be doing a little bit of peel here. We can already see it's 2v2 in the gold lane. I think the Brody right now is definitely winning against the carry, but I think Super Marco is definitely going to be coming out on top when it comes into the mid to late game, but we'll see. I think it's going to come down to Keyboy just giving that pressure and helping his gold lane.
All right, now both teams still making work. AP BREN has definitely bought some time. You mentioned that, and I think that's exactly what they needed. Super Marco getting plenty of time to scale. Flap TZ already having the War Axe in, not having to go super defensive in the beginning, kind of like what we saw for Boots previously when he had to pick up the Dread armor before he got the War Axe. This means that Flap TZ is going to be able to kind of play the front line, and when you have something like the Fermis paired up with you, that you can just hang out even longer and just continuously harass with that skill, it becomes a problem. But second turtle, third turtle now in. We're 6 minutes in. Gold still at an immediate tie. They're looking for Flap TZ here. Albert able to get a couple of free shots here. Keyboy with the Minoan's Fury once again gets him knocked up with the Netherrealm. Connects Kyrie, able to take the turtle. Heartguard does lock onto Flap TZ. He's going to be able to unload. A little bit of damage. The Torpar Memories comes off, but still no kills for the side of ONIC. AP BREN able to disengage well. Neither team losing a member.
They're definitely holding on very well, though. You can already see. I love the read by Super Marco. That must have just been Flap TZ that was able to give that call out, but it is again going to give up the turret here. From the side of ONIC, they need to keep this pressure going. Like they're able to secure neutral objectives. They've taken a tower already, which I think they just need to continue that focus. And if they can continue that, then AP BREN kind of push back against the wall. Now, what I think's really coming out on AP BREN's side is that they are kind of lacking a little bit of damage. It could be that we see the Fermis going with a quantum charge, which is a little interesting for a mid lane, I would say. Just looking to be engaging and being in the battle. So I think they're really relying on Super Marco, which, again, I mean, he's 1-0-1. He could still get there, but I think it's going to come into the mid to late game.
I mean, if
Bang.
gets the time, they will definitely become a problem. A little bit of damage on Flap TZ. A nice knock-up, but the Heartguard comes in the nick of time, but Albert gives him a face full of torn apart memories. ONIC finally starting to have the advantage in a map, but they still have to be careful. As we always say, AP BREN could make the strike at any moment.
Yeah, but I love that they're going back to the fundamentals, right? Like, they're just securing neutral objectives, taking towers, because I felt like maybe they listened to us. Like, they just weren't securing towers in the first and second game, and we're seeing that time around. Towers don't always mean wins, but it also allows you to punish a team when they overextend during Lord fights and, other things like this. But this is where AP BREN normally flicks the switch, so this is where we're going to have to watch out. First Lord is here. Can AP BREN?
Warna coklat hangat yang ramah, siap menyambut senyum keluarga dengan rasa bersyukur di bulan penuh berkah.
Flick the switch tracks.
We'll see. Definitely a possibility. Super Marco, after taking a death, can still pack a punch. The only problem is that he doesn't have that much much. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say
Di mana
much
anak
damage,
banteng?
but
Nih,
look at Flapteasy shutting down
bikin
Sans.
bom.
Sans forced to use the black shoes before the Lord fight. Lord down about 20%. Here comes an Owen's Fury, the flicker once again.
Ngaruh
Every
foto
time,
orang di
time
dalamnya
after
nih.
time. ONIC now trying to clean up. A Keyboy goes down few, able to pick up the kill. Albert gonna be next, but he finds a kill on a Kyle Teasy just in time. Kyrie able to take the Lord. But he loses 2 members. 3 members make it. AP BREN standing kind of on top. I think it could be a win because they're going to get a tower here. ONIC, yes, they get the Lord, but at what cost?
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see at what cost the final slash did come out, and it kind of offset AP BREN there. Torn apart memories definitely took them down low. I think they kind of like tunnel focused right there, and then they forgot that Kyrie was in the center of board pit and was still there, and he was low HP. They could have definitely jumped on him, so a little bit of a mistake by AP BREN. I mean, they were able to take out Albert, but again, they lost the Lord, took a mid tower. They need to kind of focus up and take the left and right tower as well. Looks like they might be trading the mid tower here as they're trying to come in to save it.
Yeah, ONIC wants to go for it. They've lost their whole mid, so their side is honestly a bit more open in a sense. They need to try to crack this tier 3. It's going to be huge for them. Since they've taken so much on the sides, it's going to be, if they can crack that tier 3, it definitely opens things up, because right now they're still stuck in the bottleneck of rotating around the map. The moment they get that, it gives them a lot more freedom to be the
Itu
aggressive
sedikit
team
hal
in
yang
the game.
terkait.
I feel like what's causing a real problem for AP BREN at this point is that Lilia's Ice Queen one. Like, it's just slowing down the team to a crawl, and it's allowing Albert to scale. Now, he did take a death there, and you can kind of see I like this. They're focusing now on the turrets. I mean, there's not much else on the map to kind of focus on. Kind of put a little bit of pressure, but you got to remember that you're missing towers as well, so overextending could be a little bit of a problem and something that ONIC can capitalize on. We'll see 65 seconds to the next Lord.
And at this point, ONIC has to be careful still. Flapteasy is becoming a menace. We saw the
Cheesy.
damage that Flapteasy did, able to get the kill on Albert earlier, able to keep Sans away. Positioning is going to be key, and they gotta catch Flapteasy, because he's the big damage dealer right now. And I think what they're doing is they're using that Minoan's Fury to make sure that Kyrie secures the Lord, which is important. It is huge, but if they continue to not catch some of the damage dealers of AP BREN, they're going to continue to get shredded. Look at that. CC should not be allowed in this game. She's a monster right now. Once she gets War Axe in, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been beat up by a yo-yo, but I can only imagine it would be a little rough. But yeah, I mean, kind of looking at AP BREN, they're taking it slow this time around. Again, trying to be calculated. The next Lord is up. This one, if I'm not mistaken, should be a little enhanced. So this is something that AP BREN's going to want to get, and ONIC is definitely going to get. So we got to watch out for Keyboy. His positioning in that Minnow's Rage has been the key factor for ONIC's plays right here. But if they're able to whittle him down and maybe make a different play, we could see something big here.
Yeah, the Keyboy is kind of switching it up a little bit, trying to give Sans a little bit of space. He's going to get pulled back in. Kyrie and Kyle Teasy, foes of their time, facing off on this Lord again. Ogwin. See, here's the great thing about the Angela, right? Yeah, because she can heart guard at any moment and be in the fight, and that's one of the tough things about going against an Angela, is you constantly have to worry about that, because Angela doesn't really have to be in the 5v5 until she pops the heart guard. ONIC gonna reset the Lord. Kyle Teasy making an engage. Kyrie able to get the taunt. Out comes the Nether Realm. That could be huge. Black shoes for Sans. A little more damage. Oh, there's the flicker. Can they catch one? Not yet. Flapteasy does get the heart guard. They're looking for a little bit more damage. ONIC still taking this slow, but minions are on their inhibitor in the bot lane. Someone's got to go back, and they choose to make it Sans. Kyrie going to try to make his way in. Kyle Teasy there as well. Heart guard going to be gone. No Nether Realm for the side of AP BREN either. Still several ults for the side of ONIC. I think they need to maybe try to force this now before the clocks start ticking and the cooldowns are up. But ONIC doesn't want to rush this. They don't want to force it.
Yeah, what it seems like is that they're just buying time at this point just to be able to push towers in against ONIC. And I mean, they are, pushing the lanes in as well. Left lane's kind of pushed pretty far for them, but I feel like their control, AP BREN's controlling the lanes a little bit better. Lord kind of low. Are they going to be able to opt to reset it or not? Oh, the
Kyle
zonage.
TZ takes this Lord. I'm going to lose my freaking mind. He gets stunned. A final slash. Pushes him to the side. Can they do it? Keyboy actually able to take it with no one's fury. But AP BREN not quite done yet. Still unloading. Finally, Flap TZ goes down. He's been a nuisance to the team for a while. But now Keyboy goes 1 for 1. Out on top in a Lord fight.
I mean, right now, we're definitely seeing... I can't believe Keyboy ended up getting that Lord. Both retries weren't available. But hey, I mean, that's a win for the side of ONIC, right? They're able to utilize an enhanced Lord, keep them at bay. Kind of taking a look at some of the items we do see. Super Marco missing 1 so far, so not too bad. Brody as well. So both marksmen's about to be online. ONIC trying not to go home empty-handed.
Definitely not. They want to take us the long haul. They want to keep everybody up late tonight, and I'm okay with it now because ONIC is up. And I didn't want to see a sweep. I was getting a little tired, but that's okay. But wait a second, in the top side, Albert taking a little bit too much damage. In trouble. Few gets the killing spree. Kyrie is the next. The BREN effect is online. The switch has been flipped.
Oh, it's not too bad, though. It's not too bad. 2 fall on the side of ONIC, but super minions are barreling down onto AP BREN. I mean, it's a good game. It's a good game. ONIC clapping back, but AP BREN seems to be winning in the team fight area. They just have to switch it up a little bit and be able to secure some of those neutral objectives. Now, if they can't do that, then ONIC's going to constantly keep being on top. Neither base are pierced yet, and I feel like that is going to be a big factor when one team's able to do that. We do see a little bit of setup here. Maybe that could be the flick of the switch. You can already see that they're zoning lanes so well, Trex.
I will say this is the first time we've been this far in the game, and ONIC hasn't been down about 5 to 10,000 gold. And they were able to defend before at a huge gold deficit. So I want to say that maybe them being even or close to AP BREN is the advantage. But here's how good AP BREN is. Even in the beginning of this game when they were down in kills, even when it felt like ONIC was in control of some of the fights, AP BREN still keeps a solid gold lead. Take us through some of these items, though.
Yeah, taking a look at some of the items here, really what I'm seeing is Fairmiss just now picking up a Divine Glaive, so a little bit of magic piercing definitely going to be happening on the team fights. Again, Brody now has that Wind of Nature versus that Albert does as well. Sold his boots, so Super Marco sold his boots, picked up the Wind Talker, so that could be one of the biggest plays here. I mean, we're 17 minutes in, not super late game, but being able to pick that up right now is huge. Let's see what they're able to do with it here, Tract.
All right, Kyrie going to start off on the Lord. Let it reset. Altizi, per usual, just feeling the ground out, rolling around. Going to get position over the Lord here. Super Marco going to start to unload Keyboy. Testing the waters too. ONIC very grouped up here. Sans holding the side, and once again we got the signal. Oh, wait a second, a little bit of damage on a Flap TZ there. We're gonna be able to chip him back. Someone's got to go up and deal with Ogwin. AP BREN, the Angel backdoor, non-stop, just harassing. God, that's annoying. You gotta feel it for ONIC right now.
I mean, if we feel like it's annoying, it's definitely annoying.
Like, someone go deal with Angela again. You know? You as well. You mentioned the Divine Glaive earlier. Here's the thing about the Fermies. In the beginning... Oh, wait a second. A lot of damage. The taunt does lock down. Flap TZ gets the Heart Guard, but it might not do enough. Colt Altar to try to help seal the deal. But still, Flap TZ taking a lot of damage. There's the Minoan's Fury. ONIC trying to collapse. Albert able to find Super Marco. Sans picking up the kill. Few now on the run. AP BREN for the first time shot back in 3 series. Shooken down. ONIC taking control of the Lord Pit, but look at Kyle TZ, man. Look at him. He's still going to try to go for this. Flapteezy with
Oh,
him. Is
no, they're
AP Brand
gonna-
gonna finally back off? They decide to. ONIC gonna take the second Lord.
What happened during our break time? ONIC now online. They're putting it to AP. Oh, look at the final slash. I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything, though.
Yeah.
Getting some nice chip damage. Kyle T's in a little bit of trouble, getting way too locked up. Finally taken down from the appraisers. Wrath, Son, able to pop the black shoes. ONIC moving in onto the inhibitor. Lord hasn't even showed up yet, but they're going to break down this base. ONIC not trying to go home too early. Got their eyes on the prize here. Lord to make his way down the mid side. ONIC ready to fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super surprised with how much damage they're outputting at this point. I think it's just they're utilizing and baiting quite a bit of the utility via AP BREN, but the siege is happening.
Boots moving in for the final slash, able to connect onto one. Oakwood goes down, no heart guard for the team, that means. And now, Flaptee's in a little bit of trouble as well. Boots finally getting his revenge. ONIC
GG's.
getting onto the base, and that is it. It's not match point till ONIC says it is.
ONIC, not wanting to leave the stadium empty-handed, takes one on AP BREN.
As well, Baratz is open here. Fred's open. Plenty of tanky choices if that's something they want to go for.
Yeah, all I can
Kai
tell
maybe.
is that I feel like ONIC's about to pull out something spicy. Like
Something
just,
spicy?
I think spicy. Or do they just
Like
keep
how
it
spicy we
cliche?
talking? Talking
I'm
like
talking like
Indonesian
a fanny.
spicy? We talking like
I'm talking like
Mexico
a fanny.
spicy? Fanny.
Mexico.
What's so funny?
Who knows? Why are you laughing? Clint being picked up by RCC. I mean, I feel like it did decent. Clint
I'm still
does
not on
lack a
board.
little bit of mobility. I mean, maybe with the Matilda is the combo, but I still would have probably liked a Claude.
Yeah,
I get him.
I know it's been getting picked here and there, but
Oh, damn!
I'm not on board. But there's the
Spicy!
old. I agree. Do they get the Ruby though? So
solid.
Ruby, Roam, Jungle, Gwyn, EXP, CC. Nana, they still need a marksman here. They will get last pick, so I think it's a solid kind of waiting for that. See what Albert's gonna lock in. Harris still a possibility. Wan's still a possibility. Brody, Bruno, Ixia. They go for the Wan. Which is actually not bad here, just because of the nullification of CC with the second skill, right? So if the Gwynny lands on you, you got a way to get away. If the Ruby catches you, you have a way to get away. I don't know if it works against transformations. I know it works against DC and lockdown, but I don't know if it works against the transformation of the Melina.
I want to know this last pick. What marksman? Is it the Nathan? Is it
Then
the Beatrix? I mean, all you got to do is really click the attack button with the SMGs, and you're able to hit the Wan.
Unless it happened in group stages. But here we are, jumping into the land of Dawn. ONIC trying to tie things up. AP BREN trying to get out of here early. It's match point once again at the Games of Future. Grand Finals. This is AP BREN versus ONIC.
Yeah, we can already see that AP BREN's kind of rotating early with the Ruby, which is a little wild. I guess maybe trying to help clear the mid lane a little bit faster against Lilia, which is a little understandable. But the passive,
They tried.
I know.
They went for it. Even the crowd got a little loud there. I heard it.
You gotta love when the crowd interacts with like what's going down. Right now, you can already see that the pressure on the side of ONIC, they really want to stop and put pressure onto Super Marco. And I think the Matilda is going to be a play here. The Matilda-Bratz combo is just an overall good combo. It allows the jungle to be able to rotate and move fast. And you can already see that Kyrie's putting on the pressure on the enemy jungle. And I mean, Gwen also has the ability
Mira.
to roam and put pressure and
Mira.
be able to secure
Yeah.
jungles. But let's see if paired with the Matilda, they're able to do it quicker on the side of ONIC.
Jangan tidur lagi
Win
makan.
conditions, what do you
Taking
think
it
here,
slow,
Trex?
though. I mean, win conditions overall, I think both teams scale. Both teams have a pretty a decent late game. You have Albert on the 1-1. I think something that is going to be crucial for the side of ONIC is making sure that Albert has decent space and a decent game. And with the Matilda and with the Barats, they should be able to create ample opportunity for Albert to get something off.
I like it.
Sans taking a little bit of damage here. Ogwin and Few in the mid side. The major thing that everyone's going to have to watch out for is Ogwin with that I'm offended. This guy knows how to make a set when he needs to. He knows how to make a play when he needs to. Keyboy and Sans both locking in the Purify, so it's definitely a solid answer. 1-1 has the built-in Purify. So AP BREN, I think one of their win conditions is going to be kind of layering a lot of their attacks. Everyone not blowing their load at once, kind of taking their time with these team fights.
Yeah. I feel like also Kyrie is going to have to manage those stacks really well, and if AP BREN disrupts that, it could be a little bit of a problem, but maybe a little bit of an engage.
Keyboy able to get the knock-up onto Ogwin. Sans trying to get out, but not able to. Flapteasy getting the final hit. First blood for the side of AP BREN. Kyrie decides that's it. We're calling off. Back to your stations.
Yeah, but Ogwin doesn't want to let up. Flapteasy, they're all over him.
They're going to force him to use the retry here. He's going to be okay, but at least they force that out. AP BREN with that, and Kyle Teasy not using the retry, they're going to try to go for a purple buff steal here.
Ooh, I mean, they can, right? I mean, they have the retry. This would be clutch for them.
Kyrie gets to Daytona's welcome, though. And the stun. Kyle Teasy takes a lot of damage. Able to get away. Grand Theft Purple. Ogwin just dashing through. Kyrie gonna be okay, but still, that is huge. Yeah, he's walking up by himself. He's like, nah, forget this, man. You ain't gonna steal my whip.
This ain't no Grand Theft Purple without any consequences. No, that's a good go by the side of AP. They keep up this pressure. I think they're just kind of reverting back to what they did in game 1 and 2. And they're just applying heavy pressure. Right now, we're not seeing too many rotations. I mean, it's 4 minutes in with only 1 kill. We can kind of take a look at some of the items. We see Corrosive Scythe being picked up by Albert, which is clutch. Right now, I think...
No.
A
Flap's
little bit
easy.
of damage on Flap, but Flap still, I mean, that's just a CC right there, man. It's like, even when you think you got the better, out of nowhere, she's throwing more yo-yos in your face.
Mandi terus.
I don't understand how you heal with a yo-yo, but it's there. Wan, though, struggling a little bit down here against Super Marco.
Two major happening still. It's 1-0 gold at a small deficit for AP BREN, but this is definitely a good spot for them. If Super Marco can keep dominating in this top lane and Albert having to slow play this, like I said, it's going to be a problem. They need Albert to scale. They need Albert to be able to get some free waves here and be able to get involved in these team fights soon. Oh, a lot of damage on the Keyboy, though. Keyboy might just be able to get away from this. Use the circling eagle, but no! Taken down, and a kill goes into the pocket of Super Marco.
I wonder if Super Marco picked up the Blade of Despair, because he's doing a lot of damage at this point, right? And now the turtle is probably going to be uncontested, because you can already see the side of the map. Bravest fighter on the flat, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. ONIC, I like this. They're responding. They know they can't get the turtle, and this is what I was saying before. Can they take something here?
Oh, AP BREN takes something themselves. Finds Sans. Sans 2 deaths now. Not the place we want to see Lilia. AP BREN feeling confident in themselves. The switch might have been flipped here. I'm wondering how much more aggressive they're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, you can already see they're gonna, Wario this tower right here. Oh no, they backed off. They seen the numbers difference was there. Again, I think the side of ONIC, they just got to keep this up. Like you were saying, Albert needs to kind of get fed, keep the gains coming. And Sans, I mean, gonna have to stop dying here. They're definitely taking advantage of it. The Matilda not coming into too big of a play yet.
Yeah, definitely being monsters. Kyrie still trying to zone. He's kind of been on his lonesome lately, and that's because that's because Keyboy has been forced to kind of babysit other areas, move around the map, stay close to Albert. Luckily, Albert hasn't taken a death yet. That's very important. Few, though, on this Nana is definitely going to end up being a problem as well. It's going to be hard for Kyrie. He's going to have to watch out for those Molinas because that could be the game changer in a big retribution battle.
True. And I mean, just the pressure. This is like literally just reliving game one. Like they are just applying so much pressure on ONIC, and they have to find some type of relief here. But again, I feel like at some point they're keeping. They're keeping this left tower, which is it's good, right? Albert just has to get a key play on this Wanwan, and it can make differences.
And they're just a little too late there.
Yeah,
ONIC looks for the play nonstop. But AP BREN is constantly answering faster. They know them. They know when they're coming. They feel it out. And like you said, they're just eating up at ONIC right now. Kyrie, unable to get his last orange buff. They're losing towers in the bot. Here comes another turtle. Last turtle of the game. Keyboy going to try to make the roundabout. Not able to get a knock on anybody. The bombs come down, and Kyle T's able to take it. Kyrie taking huge damage. Unable to even finish the Daytona's welcome. The rest of his team not there to help out.
He went from a big dino to a tiny dino right there. It was
big dino to a dead dino.
Yeah. AP BREN just controlling the field, turned him into a fossil. ONIC gonna have to figure out a way to bite back. And I think, they're controlling it here. I just think at some point we need to see Albert into an engage, but they don't want to lose him.
No.
I thought he was going for the quick no scope right there. Almost hit. Super Marco definitely becoming a threat. 2-0 and 1. The 360 no scope. Trying to land down. ONIC
American
now
Sniper Special.
Oh my God.
losing out on the mid side as well. AP BREN looking to close the distance here. Can they clear this wave? Ogwin, Poppy, I'm offended, but a lot of damage. On to few, force back Sans, looking for the chase. Doesn't have the black shoes, so can't overcommit, but Boots able to get the land down onto Kyle Teasy. But out comes the Beer's Passion, and Kyrie is forced to back off. A nice crossbow of Tang, but still no finishes for ONIC. AP BREN still controlling with the 5K gold lead.
Now, if I was on the side of ONIC right now, I would just, they got to play it tactical at this point, right? Like, Albert's still doing really good. Keyboy hasn't died, but I think he needs to be in a little bit more of a key location to be able to save his team sometimes. Mainly, Sans at this point kind of dying. Taking a look at some of the items, we do see the Demon Hunter sword being picked up by Albert, so could be coming online, but the biggest difference is that Super Marco has the Malefic Roar secured and the Blade of Despair, so the damage is a lot.
Oh, Boots gets pulled back, though, with the I'm offended. There's no way to get the stun, trying to respond. Able to come back, using the Guiding Wind. Sans able to pop the black shoes. AP BREN.
Oh, snap.
Does everything they can, but ONIC, do they want to try to push this over? Nobody falls in such a clash, and only teams like this could pull something like that off. Flap Teasy still holding down the front line. Kyrie, here comes the conceal play. Watch for Ogwin, watch for Flap. Kyrie taking a lot of damage here. Ogwin gonna get locked up, misses the I'm offended. Boots misses the stun. Super Marco looking for an angle. Kyrie able to take the first ward of the game there. They lose Sans in Boots though. Very similar to last game. They're able to control the objective, but AP BREN may be able to crack through this tower.
Yeah, this is good pressure by AP BREN, but ONIC able to secure it. I feel like it's good. Look at Albert, possibly going to be able to make a play, maybe on the flap. Do they attempt it?
They have Keyboy with them. No, they're just going to play it safe, back off. They got the Lord. They stall out a little bit more, but how long can they continue to play the stall game for? AP BREN with a dominating lead right now.
Yeah, and we can already see Super Marco is just coming online. The damage is devastating when the SMGs collide into any of the team fights. It's just it's too much. Really, right now, if I'm on the side of ONIC, they're doing what I would do, right? Just keep Albert farming, keep him going. He's 1-0 and 0. Really haven't seen any crossbow tanks coming out just yet, but when they do, that's probably going to devastate AP BREN. So I feel like that's the biggest thing we have to watch out for. We don't see a Wind of Nature being picked up by Super Marco, but we do see by Albert. So again, this is what I was saying. This could be a turning grace.
Ooh. Field play from Ogwin, not able to find too much. Kyle Teasy dashes under the tower. ONIC still just trying to defend here. Albert playing the off lanes, doing it well, just farming up, still hasn't taken a death. So yes, you're right, that's huge. But AP BREN, man, this is exactly where they want to be. And at this point, they feel comfortable. They're just going to kind of freeze up the lanes a little bit, slow play things, hold their gold lead, and wait for ONIC to step out a little bit too much.
Oh, he missed both shots. I feel like if you had the SMG right there, Sans would have been panicking, but...
I mean, Sans panicked anyways. He's like, black shoes, black shoes. Was not messing around. I mean, I think it was smart if he stayed there. It could have been bad, but either way, like, you see the snipe come out, you're like, oh, I gotta go. Because you don't know who else is in the bush. Kyrie. A little bit of a skirmish here at the purple buff. Kyle Teasy looking for an angle as well. Super Marco going to back off as Few stays behind. Taking a lot of damage. Few in trouble. Forced to use a flicker there. Takes a little bit of burn, but the passive does not proc. AP BREN still in control.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're in a little bit of control, right? I mean, right now ONIC able to, you know, control a little bit of the right lane and the turtle area. I feel like this is going to be a key play. Do they go opt for a conceal play? Kind of how do they approach this here? Utilities available for both sides. Only thing is that Nana does not have that flicker, so could be huge. You can kind of see Q staying into the back line, trying to keep them at bay. ONIC, what's your play?
I don't know. I mean, they do have control over the pit, but the last time I felt like they had a little bit of control over the pit as well. They don't want to step too far out. They can't really take full control because if Boots gets to the other side of the river, he just gets torn apart. If Keyboy steps to the other side of the river, he just gets torn apart. So they kind of have to play this half and half game. Sans in trouble, goes down, a mega kill into the hands of Super Marco. ONIC aborts mission. They're going to back off. They're going to give this award over. It's 25 seconds till Sans is back up, and AP BREN isn't going to wait that long.
I mean, it looks like they pulled back a little bit to maybe attack again. Lord Low.
Oh, the Molina Blitz does land on to Kyrie. Super Marco able to secure the Lord. Kyle Teasy does use the Retribution as well for it. ONIC unable to make a move.
Keyboy utilized the Purified to stay out of the I'm offended. It could have been really bad for ONIC at that engage. Again, taking a look at some of the items, we still don't see a Wind of Nature being picked up by Super Marco, but the damage is there. There it is. Wind of Nature secured. This could be a tough go here, as we have not seen Albert use one crossbow Tang.
He used one, but it didn't do anything.
Did he? Oh,
he used one, but it did not do anything. Oh, nice. I'm offended on to Kyrie. He's going to get knocked up by the Violent Requiem, and he's taken low. Kyrie's still on the map, though, able to just survive. No members from either team have dropped yet, but the inhibitor has fallen. Albert trying to get the swift plays, move around. Does get the crossbow Tang mark, but he's not able to do it. Forced to bounce back to the team. Kyrie going to get the Tona's welcome. Bash him against the wall. Flap Teasy takes a little bit of damage, but the I'm offended locks on to Kyrie. Kyrie taking too much. Can he survive this? A little bit of play. Kyle Teasy dashes back onto the team. AP BREN got what they were looking for, but still nobody drops. And it's just insane to think about two teams like this can have a battle that long and nobody dies.
That was crazy. Lords barreling down, sustainability from both teams, and that just goes to show like the micro play coming from both sides are just so good. And to be honest, I was suspecting Super Marco to actually be dealing some like critical damage, but ONIC just able to eat it. Oh,
Gonna lose another purple. He sees no buffs this
Man.
game. Kyle T is always there, the man of Kyrie's nightmares right now. Just retry after retry after retry. Kyrie even has to, he even tried using the retry, but he's still unable to get it. Kyle Teasy and the team showing pure dominance.
yeah. I mean,
There
right
goes the
now,
stacks.
AP Bren. This is what I was saying, right? Like in the early stage, if Kyrie's not able to keep up these stacks, it's gonna be
Oh no! Marco! Albert, why?
Oh no.
Marco's waiting for him at the shotgun loaded. Bow, bow, boom. Albert's gone, and now AP Bren smells the blood. Here comes the Bren effect. Flap Teasy gonna flap on in. Oh, Gwyn, looking for something as well. Kyrie just trying to defend with the rest of the team, but boom!
Oh,
Super
my.
Marco takes out another. The target is locked, and they're taken down. Sans and Albert are off the map. The two major damage dealers. Is AP Bren gonna try to finish this out here? One big mistake to finish things off. Kyrie taking way too much damage. Keyboy looking for the knockup. Boots into the backside with the bravest fighter. They're just trying to defend, but the minions keep on coming. Ladies and gentlemen, AP Bren undefeated, undisputed from world champions to the games of the future. They take it all.
And now they're the Digital Games champion. And you can see how happy they are. They're standing on chairs. Look at, I really wish I could hear